are in the transition of going from Alexander. Nah, I just threw me off. I'm looking at my wife like Michael Jackson. If you can blend in, there you go. Braid my hair like that, and then blend in, and we ask you questions, and they won't be able to see you. Do you see the smile on our face? Why do you believe in what your husband is doing so much? How can you be a woman in this modern age, in this modern day, in this modern age? How do you, or why do you have the mentality you have on believing in your husband?
I feel like I can just see the vision. Like I said before, I can see where we're headed. So it's not about where we're at right now because, I mean, it's a process. It's like growing plants or growing food. Like, it's a process to get the soil right, to get, you know what I mean? It has to be at the right season. It has to be the right kind of seeds. It has to be the right kind of weather. Like, there's so many different factors that play into it. And I understand. I understand that. I can see it without it being there. If that makes sense. I can see what's to come without it being there right now.
Yeah, like the Bible. Second Corinthians, I want to say 4:17. Y'all help me in the comments if I'm wrong. But it says, for we fix our eyes on the things that are not seen. Things that are not seen are eternal, but the things that are seen are temporal, subject to change. They will change. So when we talk about looking at the things that are not seen, what about the things that are seen? What if they take our truck? Then what? What if we don't have a vehicle, babe? You staying or you going?
God gave us 2 legs.
God gave us 4 legs. There's 2 of us. We got 4 legs.
2, 6.
Right.
We can make it.
We can make it.
Walk to school. I'll walk to work. There's, you know, there's ways to get around.
Do y'all hear this? This is a new age woman. This is a 90s baby, y'all. This is not no 80s baby. You will not find a 90s baby like this. I'm trying to figure out what the hoax is, what it is. It must be something to it, but I believe that we are soulmates. We've been through a lot, but again, even before we got this house, because we haven't been here for a whole year. We just got here. But when we transitioned from where we were and living in the basements, I guess the message of this is that the blessing that you get by enduring and getting tore down, if it's for the will of God. But I just really want to tap into your message for women who like, if my man ain't paying the bills, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing this, because you don't withhold from me. You give me all the love I need. You rub my feet, which is a lot, I know. Scratch my back if I need it. Again, you never deny me any of the privileges that come along with marriage. So how do you find the strength and the patience to endure through the process? We was living there in the property across from a drive-through, so that was not very pleasant. I mean, we living literally at a drive-through that have like 200 cars a day, probably, babe? More than 200 cars a day. Everybody looking at everything. We right here at the drive-thru. We on a busy street. So you stopped working.
Picking up shifts.
You stopped working to come hang out with me.
Right.
Wow. That's
so
part
I
of
working one of my jobs to.
That's part of the teardown. They gonna be like, this dude ain't squat. But at the time, I actually had a business. We can agree on that. Had a business and customers.
Yeah.
A lot of customers.
And that's what I like, because all your customers were old.
Oh yeah, all old people.
A spot in my heart.
Wow, I used the old folks to get to her.
Yeah.
It's funny because we just went to a celebration of life today, and how many elderly, you gonna call them old, call my friends old, call them elderly. How many elderly people would you say came to me or acknowledged me or wanted to hug me? How many did you see today?
Maybe like 10.
10 out of a group of 50? So it's crazy, I just got that way with them. But yeah, I was doing holy ground for seniors. I took my company from lawn and landscaping, commercial and residential, to only working for seniors. And then that's how she tricked me, y'all. Like you said, I took her, would you say I tore you down? But you trapped me, because she started coming in working with me. She started coming in watering flowers, and we did my aunt's whole yard. We took her whole grass out and put in new grass. Did a landscaping project at a church. So yeah, we was getting in doing this stuff, but again, it led to the struggle. It led to us eventually, 3 years into our marriage, having to go to the homeless shelter, leaving where we were living at on a private drive. I had a nice property that I was renting there. Like we said, I couldn't pay my rent that well. We was behind in rent. And it got to a point where, I felt like the Lord was telling me that we needed to do something different. We needed to give up to go up. And what we gave up was the apartment we was living in. We left everything there. We actually sold my couch to my uncle. Sold stuff to different people who wanted to buy stuff. And then we took everything we had and we took bags and went to the homeless shelter and stayed there for 40 days and 40 nights. So we was there for 30 days. They gave us a 10-day extension. Then when the bed bugs started biting us, they thought we would possibly get sued. They got us out of there real quick. They made a reason to get us up out of there. And then from there, we moved into my sister's basement first. Moved into my sister's basement, and we lived down there for what? At least a good month.
Yeah, scooter chair.
A good month or so. My sister's basement, my grandma's old house, and we lived there for about a month. And then we moved into your mom's and your grandpa, when your mom was living, her basement with your grandpa and your brothers. So not only do we have oh my goodness, my pride was so humbled. We moved into the basement of your grandfather, your mother, your aunt, was living upstairs, and your two brothers that were in high school, and a sister who was doing so great, excelling, working 2 jobs, going to school, is now, what was you doing? Packages? At the post office, struggling doing packages.
That was after, though.
That was after.
Yeah. Well, no.
No, the post office was before, because we had our daughter. We skipped that part. We had a daughter too. I already had a son. We didn't say this. I already had a son, who was 5 years old at the time, and then we had a daughter a year later. So our daughter was 1 year old at the time, and we got the 3 of us. My son was with us part time, so him as well. Living in the basement of your family's house. And then you got a job and I got a job the same day. I don't even know where we got the money from to keep it 100 to move into the house that we got. We got a house, didn't we? Or no, we didn't get the house yet. We both got the jobs first.
Yeah.
We both got the jobs first. So we got a job on the same exact day, which was our anniversary? Or no? You got a job on our anniversary. Maybe I was working prior to, and that's how we got the house. So we moved in around that time, around the anniversary time is when we moved in, when you started at there. When you started, I had to go out of town. You remember that? Do that pond out of town.
Yeah.
When your first day at work, I was doing that. So I was doing pond construction at the time. And then we lived into a property, and that was a duplex. We were renting both apartments out as one house at the time. A little shack is like 1/4 of where we live right now. I was working at the time we bought the house, y'all. So I'm not just laying up on the couch, not doing nothing. I put the money up. I had actually assistance from one of my brothers in the Lord, came through for us and helped us out to get into this property. So I want y'all to look at the picture. We're going to leave y'all on this cliffhanger. It's going to be continued. I want you to go to our Alexander and Fam page at 4 Alexander Fam on YouTube. And on that page, you'll see we're walking away from a truck. It's a Durango, a black one. Why are you laughing? Walking away from a Durango. Then we got her car that we don't talk about. That's another subject, huh?
Oh, God.
Sash, her purple Cobalt.
No, let's. First of all, she was blue.
Blue Cobalt. You said let's start there.
I thought you were talking about Willow.
No. Oh, Willow, that's another one. So don't forget, we got Sash. We got to talk about Willow. We got to talk about Sporty. Now, these is all cars names. My wife don't have no car right now. She has a wonderful, beautiful house. I helped her become a home owner. But we're walking away, back to the subject. We're walking away from a vehicle. We got her Cobalt in the back. We got the plow truck. What's call him Rust. We had Scrap back there at the time. Had all these cars, but we walking away. But we walking away from a Durango that was my vehicle I was paying for, but it was in another woman's name, and we had been married for 7 years at the time. Things got so bad that I thought, okay, it's the number of completion. We at year 7. We must be done. Not that I wanted somebody else, but I just felt as though my wife was getting in the way of things that God had me doing in business. But who does that? What type of husband has something shared with another woman while they married and they wife just stick through this? This only has to be the Holy Spirit. It wasn't something else, babe. Something else was other than the Holy Spirit?
Um, I wouldn't say I stuck through it. I mean, we weren't good at the time.
Right, right. But we're here today.
After all that
No, we're here
happened, we
today.
were
So I'm
not
saying you
good.
stuck through because
Right,
we're here today. But go ahead.
right.
That was how
I'm
long
just
ago?
saying. I'm
That
just
was
saying that
5 years ago.
all that didn't happen, and we were just fine and dandy. You weren't coming home when all that stuff was going on. Am I lying? Am I lying?
And I was coming home here and there periodically, but I really
Right.
couldn't because I was
You
working there. I was
couldn't.
working. Right, I was working, so I
Right.
really
And you knew
couldn't.
she would have took that truck had you come home and been staying at home.
No, because I didn't have the gas money to drive back and forth.
Right. And she
Or I
knew
could
that
have.
as well.
For sure, for sure. So it was like a catch 22. I was definitely getting trapped into something I didn't need to be involved into. I would agree with that. Keep going. Continue.
I don't know where I was at now.
Okay, no, I just like you wasn't just sticking through it. You was in it, but you wasn't just sitting around looking stupid, letting me
Right.
do whatever.
Right.
But I was saying it had to be the Holy Spirit that allowed you to endure that. That's what I was saying.
The Holy Spirit that allowed me to endure it?
It's the spirit in you that allowed you to. Or would you say not that? Because it's not like you came from a two-parent household.
Right.
It's not like you came from a married household.
Right.
You come from a past of men being cheaters.
Right.
That's your past that you've seen as a child. That would be part of your childhood trauma is men are untrustworthy.
Right.
Men are unreliable.
Mm-hmm.
You only had one man in your life that you could depend on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And who was that?
My grandpa.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
More than even me. So I'm just saying it's not like it's something that you was like, well, my parents was together and, or my parents separated, so I don't want. Your parents were separated before you even started.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Your actual biological and then your stepfather, they got separated, so it's not like you had a model to say, I'm going to stick through this. It can work.
Right.
You never seen this work.
Right.
It's not like other people in your family is married like that, right?
Right.
On either side. Not a lot of them.
A few, but not a lot.
Right, but there's more people not married than is married.
Right.
So you was fit in with your family if you wasn't married. It ain't like you got to be like, well, she got to have a husband or she ain't. You know what I'm saying? So what was it that make you just stick and stay? Is it the Holy Spirit or something else?
I would say it's God.
It's God, for sure. Okay.
Yeah.